3 months ago, if you told anyone the Indiana Fever would break 4 franchise records in a single night without Caitlin Clark, they'd laugh you off the internet. But that's exactly what just happened. While the rest of the league expected the Fever to collapse without their superstar, they didn't just survive. They rewrote the record books. And they did it in front of a stunned crowd, against a Dallas Wings team led by none other than Paige Bueckers, the rookie everyone said was ready to take over. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. The heroes of this story? 2 players who weren't even on the roster when the season started. No fanfare, no headlines, just hustle, hunger, and a shot at proving they belong. And by the end of the night, Aari McDonald and Bibby had transformed from depth pieces into franchise history makers, while Kelsey Mitchell in the front court delivered one of the most dominant performances Indiana's ever seen. No Caitlin Clark, no problem. With Caitlin Clark watching from the bench, someone had to step up. Kelsey Mitchell didn't just rise to the challenge, she snatched it with both hands. From the opening tip, Mitchell took control like it was her team all along. No hesitation, no confusion, just straight buckets. She attacked the rim with purpose, drained threes with confidence, and set the tone early. This wasn't going to be a rebuild game. It was going to be a statement. By the final buzzer, she had 23 points on 9 of 19 shooting. Just another day at the office for a player who quietly led the WNBA in scoring during July and now owns the most 20-point games in the league post-All-Star break. She's in her 8th season, and somehow she still doesn't get the respect she deserves. But this game? This was a reminder. Mitchell isn't just holding it down while Clark is out. She's proving the Fever have 2 elite guards, not 1. But while Mitchell was lighting it up, someone else was quietly taking over in a way nobody expected. At the start of the season, Aari McDonald wasn't even in the league. She didn't have a team, she didn't have a contract, she didn't have a shot. Until the Fever made a quiet move that turned into a franchise-altering decision. What started as a hardship contract in late June turned into a rest-of-season deal after McDonald showed up and showed out. And against the Dallas Wings, she didn't just fill a role, she took over the offense like a veteran floor general. She dropped 15 points, dished 6 assists, and ran the show with the kind of control most teams beg for in a backup point guard, let alone one signed off the street. But this wasn't a fluke. It came right after her career-high game against Phoenix, where she proved she could step up when the lights were brightest. Coach Stephanie White called her a point guard with incredible awareness, and Kelsey Mitchell summed it up perfectly. She's our blessing in disguise. Every team needs a spark. McDonald became a wildfire, and while Aari ran the floor, someone else was stretching it to pieces from deep. If Aari was the heartbeat of the offense, Bibby was the sniper no one had scouted. She was signed mid-season. Another supposed depth move. But in just her first 3 games, Bibby hit multiple 3-pointers in each, becoming the first player in Fever history to do that. No warm-up, no fear, just impact. Against Dallas, those threes came when it mattered most. They weren't highlight reel shots. They were momentum breakers. The kind of daggers that stop a run cold or blow a lead wide open. Coach White wasted no time locking her in for the rest of the season, praising her as the stretch forward the team had been desperately missing. She fit in right away. She gives us spacing. She gets it. The Fever didn't just find a shooter. They found the piece that opened the floor for Boston and Howard to feast inside. And speaking of Boston and Howard, what they did next made WNBA history. 4 franchise records. WNBA history made. 2 overlooked signings turned into game changers. And the superstar hasn't even returned yet. The Indiana Fever were supposed to fall apart without Caitlin Clark. Instead, they leveled up. And now, with Aari McDonald running the point, Bibby stretching the floor, and Kelsey Mitchell cooking everyone in sight, the Fever don't just look good, they look legit. So if you thought this was just Clark and 4 extras, think again. Because when she comes back to this lineup, the rest of the WNBA better be ready. If you've got the Fever, comment "I've got the Fever" below. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications because this team's just getting started. We'll see you in the next one.